Hi, I'm Beth Ireland. Welcome to my shop. Today we're going to talk about the lathe. The lathe is the most awesome tool ever to have in your shop. It can do so many things. It can turn stair parts. You can make bowls. It can be a sander. It can be a buffer. You can use it as a motor to drive things. It's just an amazing tool to have. I'm going to first go over the parts of the lathe. This is my lathe. And your lathe might not quite be the same, but you'll get the gist because they all have the same things in common. So let's take a look. Let's start with the headstock. The headstock is just a chunk of metal with a shaft that goes through it that is held by two ball bearings, and that shaft is parallel to this surface or the ways. Inside of the headstock are these pulleys. These pulleys are connected to a motor that's down in the bottom of my lathe. And when I turn the motor on, it spins the shaft, and that's what drives this. Anything that's on this, which is the headstock spindle. And the headstock spindle, inside it has a Morse taper, so I can put gadgets that have teeth that will drive wood. I can put chucks on this threaded exterior. I can screw things on, face plates. So what you need to know for your lathe is how many teeth per inch you have here, because when you get gadgets for this, it needs to match your lathe and the threads on your lathe. And what Morse taper do you have so that when you get gadgets, you know what Morse taper you have. If I need to remove something from the headstock, I just take this steel bar, put it in here, and tap this out. I'm very careful to hold this. It has sharp teeth. I'm careful to hold it like this from the side and tap. On the headstock on my lathe, on this pulley, on the back side of it, there's little drilled holes, and those drilled holes are spaced out equally so that if I need to draw lines on something or drill something and it needs to be equidistant each time I do it, I can calculate how I want that to go with the numbers that are on my pulley right here. This is a lock, and it has a pin and a pointy pin, so that pin is going through here and it can lock into that, locks into one of those little spots on the pulley. On my lathe, I have this, I undo a screw, and this is a pin that really locks it down tight. And this is for indexing when I'm actually doing things like carving or drilling or other kinds of actions. So that's the headstock. Now let's look at the tool rest. The part that holds the tool rest is called the banjo. The banjo moves back and forth on this surface called the ways. And it has a hole and it allows us to fit different tool rests in. Turning depends on us having a tool rest to put a tool on and lever into the work. If we didn't, when something spun, if we just went in with a tool to it, it would grab it and push it down on the ways. So we need this tool rest kind of as a lever. It has two locks. It has this one that allows us to move the tool rest up and down, and it has this one which locks the banjo to this surface. This is the tailstock. The tailstock has two locks. It has a lock back here that allows me to move this back and forth on the ways and then lock it. And it has this lock, which allows me to move this, which is called the quill, back and forth. The quill, if I want to take something out of it, I have to turn it all the way until it ejects whatever's in it. And then I have to make sure when I put something back in that it's not loose, and I move the quill forward enough to hold the piece like this so that I know it's not moving and it's nice and solid. When you're thinking about buying a lathe, you might want to make sure that when the point that's in the tailstock meets the point that's in the headstock, that they are exactly touch each other. That's how you know that when you turn, you'll be accurate. But most importantly, when you drill things or if you're pushing pieces on to a plate or something, you know that you're going to be pushing it on exactly in a centered position. So that's the lathe. All lathes are a little bit different, but they all run on the same premise. So good luck, get one, and get turning.